Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from ShareEvery. I am Coach Rambabu, founder and CEO of ShareEvery Global Foundation. It's really unforgettable journey from the beginning, and we faced lots of hurdles and challenges, but we never give up. We have been traveling from day one. And it's not just the greatness of an individual, it's a collective or teamwork. The entire ShareEvery team and the speakers and well-wishers, they have been giving continuous inputs. This is only the reason ShareEvery is able to conduct these many sessions without any interruption. We all know this is session number 500. Even a structured or government organizations or well-designed foundations, to those kind of platforms also, it's not so easy to run the sessions without any interruptions, but ShareEvery is able to do that. The reason is, we know the statement, cause is greater than any individual. We have cause, we have purpose. We stood on a mission to help the needy and the people or aspirants. That is the reason we are here. And I would like to thank each and every one from day one who have been traveling and giving their support in and out. And I would like to congratulate each and everyone. And another thing, this is session 500, but we haven't included Smarty sessions. Smarty sessions are separate. This number belongs to 3 different sessions: advanced, formal, and grammar sessions, only for adults. This is 500 adult session. And without further ado, I would like to invite our prime mover to introduce our guest of honor. Preeti ma'am, it's your turn to introduce the guest of the guest 500 session. And please give a big round of applause to invite Coach Preeti ma'am to introduce the guest, Dr. Andrea.
Thank you so much, Rambabu sir. First of all, greetings of Easter to all, and may the blessing of Easter be bestowed on all of us. With this, let me introduce you who is a blessing to SGF itself. She is one of the prestigious member speaker for our session today. She is also one of the board of directors, and I'm so gratified to introduce her today because today is the best day as she has the cause with her. Her cause is like a calling of her life is to save God with love and passion and my fellow human beings with love and compassion. What a lovely day to introduce her. Along with this, she has lots of talent, love, and knowledge that she has shared on this platform and in her work career as well. She is none other than Dr. Andrea, who is so energetic, so beautiful, so humble to let us have her knowledge along with her wisdom and talent that she showers on us. Dr. Andrea Anderson. She is a native of Wisconsin and a CEO of Chai Strategic Coach Academy. She is an area director of 4 Toastmaster clubs, Maxwell leadership coach, and a speaker and a trainer. She is a faculty member at the Self Talk Institute. Dr. Andrea is a case manager for True Love Senior Services, which provides services and assistance for elderly and disabled individuals. She is an adjunct professor at Tulsa Community of College and Tulsa Technology Center, Kennard State College, where she teaches leadership, humanity, and religion. Andrea is also affiliated with SGF and SGF America as mentor, friend, and encourager. Let's welcome Dr. Andrea Addison. Thank you so much. Over to you, Andrea ma'am.
Greetings. First of all, I'm happy, honored, and humbled to be with you on the 500th presentation, dealing with trainers, with coaches, with other professors and teachers. How many of you are aware that what? That our words are so important. Words are like rungs on a ladder. So that you climb, that you use. And I want to share words with you. In fact, there are 101 words written by my mentor, Dr. Shad Helmstetter, called The Secret Words of Success, Life-Changing Words that Successful People Use the Most. Now, these words aren't fancy words. You won't say, wow, I've never heard of that word before. No, they're not extraordinary. They're just regular words. But when you apply them, when we apply them, you know what? We're going to have our breakthroughs. We're going to have our blessings. We're going to have fortunes and favors. You know what? That's going to occur. I chose 12 words. You know how long it took me to choose 12 words out of 101 words? Because they were all so good. Well, we're going to just look at 12 of them today because of our time. We all know the meaning of these words, but we're going to also find out why they matter. Let me go ahead and read you the first 12 that we're going to do. Encouragement, gratitude, love, enthusiasm, success, excellence, integrity, humility, visualization, unlimited, goals, and action. See, I told you they're all words that you've heard of, but we're going to see how we can apply them to our lives. So what's encouragement mean? What's encouragement mean? Encouragement is the practice of strengthening someone by giving them what? Courage. Now, whose courage are you going to give them? You're going to give them your courage. You're going to tell them, you know what? You can make it. I believe in you. Dr. Helmstetter always ends his programs by saying, I believe in you. You can do this. You say, well, Andrea, shouldn't they encourage themselves? Yes, we should, but we need to have someone to encourage us. We must have people to encourage us. That's the way that our Creator made us. So why does the word encouragement matter? Listen to this. The opposite of an encouragement mindset. So we have to have a mindset of encouragement, manifests itself as a lack of consideration for others. You know what? When we don't encourage people, it's just a lack of consideration for them. With an encouragement mindset, you do more good for yourself also, and you do a good deal for people around you. And that's why I love Share Every Global Foundation so much, because we're always encouraging. Our coach and the trainers and the teachers and the leaders are always encouraging us. Just by showing up, you're encouraging. When I couldn't come on the screen for about 6 weeks, 6 or 7 weeks, I felt so bad because I was missing my family. I just could not talk. So we've got to encourage someone. And people were calling me and praying for me, and I really appreciate that. What's the next word? Oh, this is my favorite word. We've heard this. Gratitude. Why? Gratitude determines one's what? Altitude in the classroom of life. Now, why gratitude matters. So what we're going to do, we're going to look at all the 12 words, and we're going to say why it matters. This is what Dr. Shad says. When you're living in a state of gratitude, it's a state of giving. It's also a state of forgiving. It's seeing your world with gratitude. When I could not speak for 6 weeks, when I was in chronic coughing, you know what? I had gratitude. I remember when I could speak. I remember when I wasn't coughing. So now I have my voice back. I'm so grateful, grateful, grateful for my voice. So one thing about gratitude, we can't take anything for granted. The Lord, I always say, God doesn't owe us anything, but we owe each other everything. So in a place of over focusing on the difficulties of life, I could have said, you know what? I have no voice. Woe is me. And I did say that a couple of times because I felt so bad. I couldn't teach my classes. But when you have gratitude, you find a way to turn things around. Because I couldn't speak, I had my students in the prison teach my class. I said, you know what? Here are my notes. You teach my class. And that gave them so much satisfaction. That let them know that someone believed in them. So even take the negative things in your life, in our lives, and have gratitude. Next is, this is a priority. This is a priority. 4-letter word. L-O-V-E, love. You know what? Without love, that's got to be a priority. Without love, we're useless. We're hopeless. We have no future. You say, well, that's why sometimes I tell my students when I leave them, I said, love you much, stay in touch. Why? You said, well, how can you love someone you don't know? How can I love a Yummy, who I've never even met her in person, or Joyful Jagadish and Coach Nilu? Good to see you, Coach Nilu, and Sandra, when I've never met them in person. Of course, our coach, our CEO, Ram Babu. How can I say you love them and you don't even know them? If people can hate for no reason, that's what Dr. Martin Luther King said, you know what? We can love for no reason. So we've got to love. And why does love matters? Love is the only thing ultimately that matters. Without love and a loving sense of helping the world, and that's what we've been doing for the 500 presentation and what you're doing with the Smarties class, you're loving people. You're showing them that we believe in you. Life is going to, without love, life's going to be difficult, tragic, and you know what? Unrewarding. That's all there is to it. So we've got to love. With a sense of abiding love, the world can change. And you know what? You are the change that we've been believing in. Okay, so love is number 3. What's number 4? This is my favorite word. Enthusiasm. It's a long word. Enthusiasm. Listen to what enthusiasm literally means. The word enthusiasm means God within. Is a strength that comes from you, from something outside of yourself. It's a Greek word, or something that's greater than you. Why enthusiasm matters? Why does it matter? You know what? When, as children, we just call it excitement. I know when Christmas season comes around, children are excited, adults are excited. I had spring break 2 weeks ago. I was more excited than the students were, just to have a break from them for a while. But enthusiasm is believing in people, believing in yourself. Enthusiasm is seen with delight and energy. You have to be energetic. In fact, I believe that's one of the words. You have to be energetic. You have to have delight in yourself and delight in people. Just be enthusiastic. I'm so enthusiastic today. Why? Because I have my voice back. And people are going, especially in America, I don't know whether people are keeping up with America. America's not doing very well in some areas. But you know what? We can make it. You have to have enthusiasm. And my friend, we have to have enthusiasm wherever we go. So that's why it matters. Number 5, success. In high school, we would sing a song, S-U-C-C-E-S-S. That's the way you spell success. So success. Success is simply a focus on living with an ongoing sense of well-being. Actively focusing, listen to this, actively focusing on the achievement of success, the attainment of a peace of mind, and enduring self of well-being is a goal of great worth. A life that lacks clarity, you're not going to find success. That's why we encourage you to show up every week on Sundays, and when the Smarties meet, I believe on Saturdays, and your meetings on Tuesdays. I wish I really could come to the meetings on Tuesdays, but I'm in the prison on Tuesdays, so I can't make it. Why? Because we need to be around successful people. We must be around successful people, and it gives us the energy to what? To keep on making it. Okay, so that was number 5. What's number 6? This is Share Every Global Foundation's foundation. Listen to this word, excellence. Now, listen to this. There are 3 P's of excellence: people, process, and product. The people, who are the people? You're the people. In fact, in our America's Constitution, we start off by saying, we the people. So with Share Every Global Foundation, it's we the people. So it's the people, people matter. And it's the process. What's the process? Having an English-speaking platform, learning English. And I just want to really salute you guys when it comes to the English. America, we can speak English, but we don't know why we speak English. Some of us don't know the adverb from a verb, a noun from a frown. That's all there is to it. But in your country, in India, wherever you, Mauritius, where Coach Nilu and Coach Rajmi are from, and Mexico, where Coach Yummy's from, they know English. Y'all, you know English and you know why you say the things. In America, we don't know that. So it's excellence. So that's a process. And what's the product? Building coaches, building trainers, encouraging people to be the best of the best. That's what excellence is. That's what Share Every Global Foundation has stood for I always want to say 500 years, for 500 presentations and for the other presentations. So excellence is people, process, and products. And why does excellence matters? The person who goes through life without a mindset, you got to have that mindset of excellence, can lead a life that's acceptable. You know what? I had an acceptable life before I joined Share Every Global Foundation, but now I can say I have an excellent life. It was acceptable. Now it's excellent. We want to move from being acceptable to exceptional. And how's that? That's done with excellence. Next. Oh my goodness. And one thing about this Share Every Global Foundation, I have never met a ministry. There's some of them, I shouldn't say that, but you guys have so much integrity. Our coach has so much integrity. This is what the foundation used for your gift, for your donation. And then he'll take a picture and he'll send it. That's integrity. Those are the kind of people that we need to be around, people of integrity. So why does integrity matter? We are defined in part by the amount of integrity you bring to anything. Integrity is an intangible mindset that has tangible or observable results. When you have integrity, it's part of the character, your character, and it shows. Integrity is what? It's a badge of honor. It's someone or an organization that has principles, and there's a strong sense of moral convictions to show how you think and interact with life. To be a person in quality, to be a foundation, like Share Every Global Foundation, we have to have a mindset of integrity. That is essential. There is no greatness or no true fulfillment in life without it. Integrity. That's why it matters. Next is one of my favorite words also, humility. Humility. You never get too big in your own mind. Oh, I guess you can, but I suggest we don't. If you were a mountain, unless you are Mount Everest, there are always going to be other mountains around you that are just as good as you are, and just as better as you are. That's why we learn from each other. I have learned so much from the English language listening to Share Every Global Foundation, although I've been speaking English all my life. I learned so much. Why? And I humbled myself. I want to learn. I asked someone yesterday to join me in a goal-setting class that I'm taking. Why? Because I know this person is going to encourage me. I know this person is smarter than I am, so this person is going to help me to learn. So humility. My favorite saying is, when you're humble, you won't stumble. If you don't walk in humility, you will eventually walk in humiliation. And you know what? I do not want to be humiliated. When I couldn't talk, when I sounded like a frog, that was humiliating enough. Humility is being able to lower your head below someone else's, and in spite of your strengths, you are able to honor and respect the qualities in other people. Again, I learned so much. I'm grateful that you, hopefully, prayerfully, you guys, everyone's learning from me, but I learned so much for being a part of this presentation, being a part of this foundation. I learned a word. We don't use this word in English that much, but I remember from Dr. Sarah when she said, this is an august body. I'm like, what does that mean? I Googled the word August because in America, August is just a month, a day of the month. It's a month of the year. But she meant it was a special body. It was an excellent body. So you learn, you're constantly learning. Okay, so why does humility matter? It is a person of greatness who kneels with dignity. Mother Teresa was a very humble person. Very humble person. Mahatma Gandhi was a very humble person. MLK, Martin Luther King, was a very humble person. And we know, I was going to say this a little bit later, but this is not a good time to say it now. All over, not just in America, all over the world, people of the Christian faith are observing Easter, or they call it Resurrection Sunday. We believe that Jesus Christ, the Son of God, literally came down to earth. And they said in the Bible that he was a very humble. He walked in humility. Now, if the Son of God can walk in humility, who are we not to walk in humility? So without humility, we are less than our true selves and more of a pretense, a facade that we use to hide our feelings. With humilities, we can just take off the mask. That's why I love this body so much. This august body, as Dr. Sarah would say, because our coach, our CEO, allows us to be ourselves. And we will allow the world to see us as we really are, standing tall, courageous, but at least we're just trying to do our best. So humility is one of our words, and why it matters. Next, this is another one of my favorite words, visualization. The practice of visualization is one of the first and most frequent tools of success people use when they begin the process. I'm going to repeat this, from idea to plan to action. The practice of visualization is one of the first and most frequent tools successful people use when they begin the process of moving from idea to plan to action. They visualize again and again and again. You might know that I'm getting another degree, a master's degree. And guess what? Guess what I'm getting my master's degree in? Simply because I'm part of Share Every Global Foundation. English. So I'm getting a master's degree in English. And I had to take a class that was so difficult, so hard. I'm still in school now, but I wrote down, I've taken 3 classes. I'm on my 4th class now, that I was going to get an A. And I kept it in front of me. So I wrote down Introduction to Research, A. Studies in World Literature, A. And you know what? I haven't completed World Literature, but I'm going to get an A in this class. Educational Research, A. I wrote it down. Whenever I have to write a paper and I don't know what to do, I visualize myself writing the paper. In fact, I even have my favorite scripture. My tongue is the pen of a ready writer. Okay? So you have to visualize yourself successful, visualize yourself going from point A to point B. So we have to visualize again and again and again, not the completed goal only, but each step along the process along the way. So visualization is so important. Now, the opposite of a visualization mindset condemns you to a life of perpetual wishing. Oh, I wish I could study. I wish I could get an A. Yes, you can do that without attaining and hoping. It could have been yours, but you have to see it clearly. You must see it clearly. John Maxwell he just hit the 50,000 mark. If John Maxwell can have 50,000 followers, so can Share Every Global Foundation. Why? But he visualized it. We have to visualize it. Visualizing opens your eyes to the possibility that it can become real and allows your mind to what? To first see them, and then it will help you create them. I saw myself in the class getting an A. So far, I've taken 3 classes. I have 3 A's, but I write them down every semester. I will have an A in this class. Okay, number 10. This is another one of my favorites. Unlimited. Unlimited simply means that you're willing to allow your mind to soar, and you are willing to push your mind beyond the ordinary. Think big. Think big. We think too little. Think too little. Friends, we must think big. Oh, no, you can't make it. Are you to think that you can have an English speaking platform and get people from America, get people who are involved in Toastmasters, Maxwell, Self Talk Institute, you to think that your mind must be unlimited? Know that you have an unlimited mind. The Creator has given you an unlimited mind. So it simply means that you're willing to allow your mind to soar and you're willing to push forward. So a mindset, this is why unlimited matters. A mindset that does not include the concept of being unlimited is a mindset that accepts limitations before they have a chance to be overcome. An unlimited mindset sees the world in an open, infinitely creative way. To the unlimited mindset, the possibilities are endless. Think big, my friends, think big. This is a mindset that is always ready to say, I can. And it never says, I can't. They told me, well, the professor said, I apologize, but this is going to tell the whole classes, this is going to be the hardest class that you will ever take in this program. Oh boy, was he telling the truth. But I focus the fact I can do this. I visualize getting an A in this class. The highest score you could get was 1,000 points. I received 990 points. My grade was a 99%. Why? I visualized it. I believed that everything was unlimited to me. Plus, I did a lot of praying. I did a lot of studying. All right, 11, goals. You know, that's my favorite word. Unless you write a goal down, it's simply a wish. Without a goal, without a deadline, a goal is simply what? A dream. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Opposite of a goals mindset is one leaves the details of your life to chance. We can't leave the details of our life up to chance. That's all there is to it. Your life is too precious to gamble with it. That's what in America, that's what chance is. Gamble. Don't gamble with your life. We need you too much on this platform. We need you in society. You're the change that we've been believing for and waiting for. And then we have a saying in America, it is what it is. Whatever will be, will be. Yummy would know this because we say it in Spanish. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. No, that cannot be the mindset. Whatever can be will not be unless you write the goals down. Be a goal setter. Be a goal, not just a goal setter, be a goal getter. It's about taking responsibility for everything that has to do with our journey. So that's why goals matter. Last, action is the key. Action is the essential step of putting yourself into motion. I can say, oh, I want an A in this class so bad, but unless I pick up the book and study, I'm not going to get an A. So it's putting yourself into motion and doing anything productive that puts your brain and your life into motion. It brings the 100 secret words to life. And why does it matter? The opposite of an action mindset is static. You don't move. You're just like a monument. A monument doesn't move. What do the birds do? The birds go to the bathroom on your head. Birds fly over your head. But when you're moving, guess what? Birds can't get to you. So the critical resting point is between stop and go, stop and go. Come on, let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. And people who are not action-oriented have trouble receiving anything of merit. But you know what? You're not action-oriented. So be encouraged. You don't have hope. Your life will just be a big no. But when you join us with Share Every Global Foundation, when you allow us to encourage you, to make you feel like you're one of us, to make you feel happy, you know what? You're going to have hope. So thank you so much for allowing me to have this presentation. And let me close by saying hope is a blessing that helps us endure while we practice getting better and stronger. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Turn it back over.
Thank you, Coach. Congratulations. And you have given an unforgettable memory in this special advanced meeting. Thank you so much. And now this is time to invite our reviewer of the day, Coach Juan Eric from Canada. Please invite him by giving big round of applause to sum up the message.
Thank you, Coach, and happy Easter, everyone, and happy Sunday, and good evening, India, and good morning to North America. I would like to say thank you, Coach Andrea, for this presentation. And by the way, let's congratulate ourselves for reaching 500 milestones. So, very well done. The secret words to success. Thanks for sharing all of these words, and I'm sure you selected these 12 words to success. I know these are your favorite words. And you mentioned 101. Wow, that's a lot of words to become successful. And I wonder, hmm, how can we going to enumerate one by one 101? And then you mentioned, I choose 12. By the way, when we say success, here are the similar words that I saw or winner, blockbuster, probably supernova, hit, mega hit. Those are some words. But I would like to start the one secret word of success, which is success. I like it when you mention success is just simply focusing on living with ongoing sense of well-being. So you see, when we mention success, we think of wealth, fancy cars, big houses. But I like that you open up this beautiful praise about success, simply focus on living ongoing sense of well-being. I love that. Of course, if I'm going to choose my favorite in these 12 words that you presented to us, I will choose gratitude. And you mentioned here, state of giving and forgiving. That's new for me. Because for me, every time I wake up and I open my two eyes, I say thank you to our divine, our Lord. But now you mentioned this state of giving and forgiving. How I wish every one of us knows this and follow this word, forgiving. Thank you very much for mentioning that one. Now, I go for encouragement. And if you don't encourage others, you mention lack of consideration with others. As a leader, particularly in SGF, we need to encourage others. Of course, love, four-letter word, LOVE, as you said. This must be our priority. And you mentioned no love, no future. I believe in that. Next one is integrity, in ongoing sense of what did I write it? When you say integrity, moral. So integrity, this is important. But for me, integrity is you're doing one thing even if someone is not looking for you. Very well done. Humility is one thing that we need to do. Even if we are really successful, don't put that success into our head. Thank you for choosing this word, humility. I like when you said there are always bigger mountains. That's true. We may be smart, but there are other people who are smarter than us. Action. This is what I like. Keep moving. I like to say this word, consciousness that determines existence. Consciousness, it means it's just an idea. Existence means putting that into action. So thank you for choosing this word too, action. There's no success if there's no action. You have to remember that. Goals, okay? Without deadline, it's only a dream. Thank you, Dr. Andrea, for that. Yes. You set a deadline. Your favorite, Dr. Andrea, enthusiasm. This is also one of my favorite. Enthusiasm. You have to be always enthusiastic and have that energy. In your presentation is this excellence, the three P's of excellence: people, process, product. And you mentioned Share Every Global Foundation in your presentation of excellence. That is a really good example. And I like this. Let's have visualization. I always believe in visualization. Whatever your mind conceive, you will achieve it. Visualization is also one great word that you choose from the book 101 or The Secret of Success. Unlimited. Yes, yes. When we visualize, it should also be unlimited. True. But of course, to be successful, we should always have this hope. Yes, a four-letter word, but it goes a long way. Without hope, our life is hopeless. True. That's true. And I think everybody here will agree with what Dr. Andrea said about that. My challenge, Dr. Andrea, maybe continue doing presentation and give us another 12 maybe next time after this first 12. Very well done. And thank you very much, Dr. Andrea. And congratulations for being our presenter in our 500 session. Over to you, our dear host.
Thank you so much for your sweet and a short review. And even I was thinking to request the same thing to Dr. Andrea. Thank you, Juan Eric, sir, for your wonderful review.